In terms of policy proposals and roadmaps on how to make those policies a reality, Elizabeth Warren is 100% leaps and bounds above every other Democrat running for president right now. Now, leaps and bounds among most of them. I will say Bernie Sanders is a close second, but nobody's done it like Elizabeth Warren has. And even the most ardent Bernie supporters or the biggest Booker folk or Buttigieg folks or Kamala folks, you have to admit nobody is doing it better right now than Elizabeth Warren. Yesterday, she announced that on day one of her presidency, she would sign an executive order officially putting a moratorium on new leases for offshore drilling and fossil fuel exploitation in national parks here in the United States. Day one, she says she would get this done and put an end to any new leases going out there to continue to destroy our environment. As somebody who lives in a town that was wrecked by the 2010 Deepwater Horizon oil rig explosion and BP's subsequent oil spill, I can't tell you how refreshing it is to hear somebody finally just flat out say, we're going to stop it. We're not going to let this happen again. It took years for the economy down here to recover. It's been 9 years, and you still occasionally find tar balls down there on the beach. We still have an ecosystem that has not rebounded. Offshore oil drilling is a disaster waiting to happen everywhere it's occurring. And Elizabeth Warren understands that. She understands we have to get off fossil fuels. She understands we have to stop giving away our national park land to oil companies and coal companies and fracking companies and give it back to the American people. And that is exactly what she wants to do. What saddens me is the fact that she is still polling in the single digits. There isn't another candidate out there that has as many clear-set policies available as Elizabeth Warren does. Jailing CEOs, breaking up the tech giants, breaking up Wall Street banks, ending drug company monopolies by having government make generic drugs if they won't lower their prices. Supports a green jobs package, wants to reform criminal justice system, legalize marijuana, end businesses writing off fines and settlements. That's a big one. Reform the trade deals that are hurting American workers, reinstate the assault weapon ban, end subsidies for billion-dollar companies, raise the federal minimum wage, increase government grants for scientific research, increase infrastructure spending, strengthen Social Security and safety net programs. And now we can add on to my wonderful list of Elizabeth Warren's awesomeness that she wants to put a moratorium on new offshore drilling leases. Elizabeth Warren may not be the front runner right now, but she could be. She could easily go ahead of everybody else. Her policies, her proposals, her outlines, and her framework put everybody else in this race to shame. But the biggest shame right now is that she is still only polling in the single digits. I love Elizabeth Warren. I really do. And I'm going to say right now, because I've refused to really take a side on any of this, that I am torn. I am torn at the moment between Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. I like them both. I would like for them both to succeed. I would be perfectly fine with either one of these people not only being the nominee, but being the next president of the United States. And I hope that whichever one ends up winning the nomination, and I do hope it is one of those, I hope they pick the other as their vice president, because that would be a ticket that would be 100% unbeatable. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.